start recording. Good evening, everyone. I just finished playing Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I finished early, and I promised everyone I would just hang out with them for a little bit after the fact. I got like a tiny bit of water left, so I'm going to have to go grab some water in a minute. But it was pretty cool reminiscing about Modern Warfare 2 and thinking back about how stuff used to be back then, lining up for games at midnight, picking up the game, bringing it home, because there was no digital release back then, so you had to go pick it up at midnight and bring it back to your home. And there were no day one patches. You just played right from the get-go of what the game was. And it was really cool because no one spoiled the fucking plot of any game a month early online, and no one got advanced copies and was able to stream the game online exclusively because they're paid promotional shills from fucking companies. And so everyone just played the game once, right? It was a really unique time for gaming. It was super fun. So it's different now. You know, that doesn't happen anymore. But I was just reminiscing on how it used to be 10 years ago. Haseo X, Jason, will you be checking out the PS5 info after the announcement on Thursday? Haseo X, I've talked about this a lot already. I don't know how you didn't hear yet. I'm covering it. We're going to speculate about it for the hour before. We're going to watch it live together, and then I'm going to react to it afterwards just like I would do with the E3 conference, okay? Ninja Starboon Cheers, can we watch Jingle All the Way together? Yes, but not tonight. We're not doing that tonight. Maybe one day, but not tonight. All right. Zafir says, I enjoyed your Mario 64 run. The world that you can make it small or big was so funny. I enjoy that stage, but I dislike the snow stage. Yeah. The cool thing about Mario 64, you got to realize, is that was really the one first mainstream major 3D platformer. Yes, technically there were other 3D platformers before, but that was the one that like introduced so many game mechanics for the first time and did so many things that were just genius that were then, of course, copied, emulated, however you want to say it, in so many other games. But I definitely liked playing Super Mario 64. Was it last year or the year before? I don't even remember. But that was a good playthrough. All right. So here we go with idiots. Of course. There we go. No, I did not speedrun it. I've never speedran any game before. I'm kind of sleepy, so please, apologies if I am yawning here tonight. No, I'm probably not checking out Gundam Extreme Versus. I never heard of it. And I don't know anything about Gundam, so. Alright. The age range of my target viewer, I don't have a target viewer. I don't. Anyone can watch my content, anyone's welcome. But in general, I don't recommend that young kids watch my content because I use adult content a lot. I talk about adult topics a lot. I mean, just on this stream earlier, we were talking about the stuff going on in the real world with riots and stuff, and you don't want a little kid hearing about that. You know what I mean? So definitely, I would say, teenage to maybe through, 20s, 30s, and all ages above that, but definitely not anything but kids. Let's put it that way. Ladies and gentlemen, we just hit the tips goal. Flybeast just hit me another $50. Flybeast being very, very generous tonight. Thank you very much, Flybeast, for that. $50 tip on top of his already $30 tip. That's really nice of you. Politics and Religion tipped me $1. Can you give a shout out to my friend Jayan, the highest ranking player for Super Turbo at EVO 2005? Yeah, Jayan is outstandingly good, dude. He is one of the best Super Turbo players in the entire world. Insanely good Dalsim. Insanely good. Like, really top-notch stuff. So, I think we're at 105. We were there at 103 or 105. Actually, I think now we're at 103. Now, I think we're at 53, right? Okay. All right, guys. So, as part of the vest goal, tips goal, I get to put on a vest. Oh, boy. What vest do you guys want? We got the original beige. We've got the blue. And then we've got the platinum. What would you guys like to see tonight? And now the delay. Platinum, blue, platinum, low class blue, beige, platinum, platinum, beige, blue. Wow, it's like blue. I think everyone's, wow, we might have more blue. 3 more platinum, blue. It's definitely between blue and platinum now. Platinum, platinum, blue, blue, blue. Working class blue. Wow, this is it's like right down the middle between blue and platinum. Damn. Well, I'm already wearing a blue shirt, so blue on blue, you might not be able to see it, but it seems like a lot of people want blue. I can't wear both. There's no way I can wear both. All right. It's only fair. Fly Eagles Fly tipped $80 tonight. Let's let Fly Eagles Fly determine what we do tonight. Excuse me, not Fly Eagles Fly. Fly Beast. Fly Beast tipped me. I don't know if Fly Beast is in the chat or not. Is he? Let me see. I didn't mean Fly Eagles Fly. I meant Fly Beast. Is Fly Beast in the chat? No. Okay, never mind. I thought Flybeast was in the chat. He's not. I was going to ask him exclusively what vest he wanted to see, and he's not here. He was watching from the wings, like Sting, like 1990s Sting. He's waiting in the wings, looking down, like the crow. But he's not actually on the stream. All right, we'll do blue. We'll do blue because more people are asking for blue. Let me get the blue vest. My God. Not that it actually matters. It's just a vest. It's not a big deal, but some people treat it like a big deal. So I gotta be, I gotta be true to the peeps who support me here every day on stream. And I gotta put on that vest. I gotta stay true to my word, right? There you go. Okay. Haseo says you gotta have Blue's Clues. Okay. No, the top tipper will not get to pick the vest exclusively. I'm just saying because it seemed like it was tied between platinum and blue. I was going to let Flybeast choose, but Flybeast is not here in the stream chat. So again, thank you, Flybeast. Very generous of you tonight to let us hit the goal pretty early, too. You know, I'm still going to be here for a little while, so thank you for that. No, this vest is not reversible. You asked me that. No, see, the liner is only on the upper part of the vest. It's definitely not reversible. Yes, I killed Phil. I definitely thought that the vest streak was going to end after the festival. I did. I thought that was it. And now here we are at 108 and continuing. I'm certainly not complaining, but at the same time, this is like insanely positive, unprecedentedly positive, right? Which is why, if you haven't noticed, there have been people who've been trolling a lot more lately because they're pissed off that things are going so well for me, you know? So Papa Vera, first of all, he says he wants to see a Marty McFly style vest. But let me see what Papa Vera was talking about earlier. Because I think he was saying that my schedule, I had screwed it up. Let's see. Fire Emblem. Says it starts at 10:15 a.m. I don't know, Papa Vera. It looks the same to me. I'm not sure what you were referencing earlier. It looks fine. Looks absolutely fine. I don't know. Anyway, an anonymous cheer did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you for the 100-bit cheer. To the anonymous cheer, I appreciate that. Excuse me. Haseo X says, were there any midnight release launch titles that were supposed to be amazing but came out terrible? I mean, I'm sure there were tons. I'm absolutely sure there were tons. Remember, back then, there were no digital releases at all 10 years ago. I would say it wasn't until, the PS4 era, right? That really, those digital releases, PS4, Xbox One became prominent. Before then, you had the whole last console gen, you had to pick up your games at the store to get them at launch. Not to say you couldn't buy them digitally, but remember, I always complained back then that it was always inconsistent when they would release the game. Sometimes it would be midnight, sometimes it would be sometime randomly the next day. Half the time it wouldn't work. It was like a lot of definitely random things that would happen. It wasn't consistent when you could get your game. Now you can almost get any new game at midnight on release day digitally, no problem. But back then you had to go to the store. So every game was usually a midnight release as long as there was enough demand. So, for example, if there was a AAA game that was coming out, and there were a couple like minor games coming out, they would still sell you the minor games along with the AAA game as long as it was midnight. So there were some days I would go to GameStop at midnight and pick up 3-4 games that all came out that one week, even though maybe only one was a major game and the others were kind of minor and some of them were disappointing. I would still be able to get them at midnight. So, yeah, kind of a very different thing from today when you just buy everything willy-nilly and get it out over the internet immediately. Boom. Remember, I used to buy the games, bring them home, and do release day unboxing immediately. So I wouldn't start recording right away. I could get home between like 12:30, 12:45 at night, and I would film release day unboxing, and then I would play games all night. I would actually, the truth of the matter is, a lot of times I would drink. I would actually have a drink like rum and coke or something, and I would actually play that new session of the game for like 2-3 hours before I went to sleep. Then I would sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, get up and play the game all day long, and keep uploading to YouTube. Crabcox will accept any more vests. It's not out of the question. Right now, I don't want another one. I already have 3. That's enough. But maybe like for the next giant milestone, for like 150 or 200, if we can reach those, then maybe I would consider another vest. The thing is, how many vests are you going to have till it gets ridiculous, right? Like right now I have 3 that we can choose between whenever we hit a tips goal. That's a lot already. Maybe maybe when we hit 200, I'll get a Marty McFly vest or something like that. The bright orange vest, right? Was there a fighting game franchise that I liked but died out for some reason? The only fighting game franchise that I can think of that I used to play and don't exist anymore, I used to play Battle Arena Toshinden. That was a pretty fun franchise for the PlayStation 1. It was an arena fighter that had 3D movement at a time when most other fighters weren't doing full 3D movement. Battle Arena Toshinden was the one that kind of started that all. But then other fighters like Tekken and other games adopted that and put the 3D movement into their franchises. That one completely died out. Outside of that, no, most of the ones that I played, like I mostly played Street Fighter, but of course there was Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Like those are the 3 that I played the most of. I would say right close to that was King of Fighters, which still exists to this day too, just on a very minor scale, but it still exists. So no, in reality, most of the major fighters, my neck really hurts and is stiff today. Most of the major fighters that I played over time still exist to this day. So. No, I will not play the Quiet Man at 200 vest streak. Absolutely not. It's not allowed. When I get a Steve Austin vest, like a leather Steve Austin vest, number 1, that's probably really pricey if it's leather. And number 2, no, I wouldn't want a gimmick vest that's like a wrestler vest or anything like that. No. No, I'm never opening the comments up on my YouTube channel ever again. There's no point. Oh, Bubba versus, I wouldn't mind the new Clay Fighter. I played Clay Fighter 1 and 2. And then I think they did eventually make a 3rd one on N64, but I don't know if I ever played it. Bubba versus, thoughts on Killer Instinct and Tekken. Killer Instinct was a very solid game franchise when it started. It had really flashy auto combos that everyone liked. But the thing is, those actual flashy auto combos are not good for competitive play. They're easily combo breakable. So at high levels, the game ends up being like very short 3-4 hit unbreakable combos that do giant damage, and some really cheap tactics at a competitive level. Killer Instinct 2, they tried to make the game more competitive, but I didn't really like Killer Instinct 2. I didn't feel that the game was balanced. There's like 3 or 4 characters that were way better than the rest of the cast. And the new Killer Instinct, I never really got into enough to know too much about how good it was at a competitive level. But it was a fun series, definitely. But it's not one that I would probably go back to and play any significant amount of time. Simply because, number 1, there's not much of a competitive community for it, and number 2, it was an Xbox One exclusive, and I played it, and when it first launched, it was so bad, it was desyncing constantly and stuff. That apparently they fixed it. They have like much better netcode in it now, but I thought it actually looked really nice. It was a very good looking series. I don't know, I just didn't put too much time and effort into it. I don't think people really cared that much about it because it was an Xbox One exclusive, which is pretty sad. License for Soul Charity says, what are good skills to leveling on Dark Souls with the standard Knights build? Oh, I have no idea. You're asking the wrong dude. You gotta go ask someone who's really good at Dark Souls about that shit. Woody wants says, do you think loot boxes will be a thing of the past? I think the PS5 era will have microtransactions, maybe less of the loot boxes. I don't know. The problem is they're too profitable and too many people spend so much money on them. You know, the entire mobile game franchise literally exists with this randomized microtransaction loot box gambling style methodology. You know what I mean? So it's stupid because you can't really, how can I say it? If you were to completely outlaw loot boxes, you'd actually be shutting down an entire industry. Maybe we don't need to shut down loot boxes, we need to regulate them. Make it so that you know what you're getting or the chances of what you're going to get. You know what I mean? Like something different. You have to regulate so it's not just outright gambling, which really is what it is right now. Obviously, we don't want every game to become that, right? We don't want to spend money on a game and then have to sit there dropping money into loot boxes in order to get value out of the games we're playing. I have run out of water. I need water. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some. Okay. Oh. All right. King Michael took me $1 and says, do you like the movie Space Jam? I thought it was cheesy because I really liked the Looney Tunes. But I felt that the characters in Space Jam, by the way, I think we're at $105, not $103. So now we're up to the dollar from King Michael. I think it's $105 now. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the comedy wasn't well written. It was more cheesy, and it didn't feel like classic Looney Tunes. And like Bill Murray showing up really was a weird celebrity cameo that had no bearing on the story, and he wasn't very funny in it either. I don't think it was bad. I just think it was like not up to snuff of like what I came to expect from classic Looney Tunes, which I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. I do think it was a cool movie to see Michael Jordan with Looney Tunes interacting and seeing the Looney Tunes drawn in a modern style, because at that point there wasn't like modern Looney Tunes, you know what I mean? So it wasn't bad, let's put it that way. License for Soul Charity says, imagine when Elder Scrolls 6 gets announced, it's a next-gen exclusive and it gets released that same day. I don't think so. I don't think so. That was like the one time that we were shocked by Bethesda was when they said Fallout 4 is in development. Here it is. By the way, it comes out in like 3 months. We're like, what the fuck? You know, but outside of that, I don't think we're ever going to get that kind of shock ever again. Elder Scrolls 6, we all want it, and we've been waiting a long time for it, but I think it's a far way off, and it's not going to be like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow, or anything like that. No, I did not see the SpaceX launch, Crabcock. I did not see the SpaceX launch. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's trolling, guys. It's idiot trolls. They're so angry. They're so angry about this. The continued success, they can't fucking stand it. It's driving them insane, and they have to do everything they can to try to troll and be dickheads. Yeah, the trolls are angry over this vest because this vest brings me continued success. The gimmick of the vest, right? It's a symbol. This vest has become a symbol of people who actually like me and like my content and want to show overwhelming support because they know that the last several months of my life were incredibly over the top stressful through what I was going through with that bankruptcy. They know that the trolls what they did to me, what they were trying to do to me. And I think in a lot of ways, because the trolls went way too fucking far with what they were doing, it actually polarized the audience. There were some people who were like, I don't really like Phil and his content, but this is going too far, trying to ruin his fucking life with the things that these people do to him. And I think what happened is now people are realizing if you just don't like him, that's fine, don't watch his content. But what's happened is you've now lit a fire under the ass of people who really like my stuff, and they're like, enough is enough. We're going to support Phil. We know it irks those people who hate him when he's successful. So that's why you're seeing 108 vest streak success, and everything is so positive around the streams recently. And they cannot stand it. They cannot fucking stand it that there's success here. And so they're losing their shit. Flybeast is here. He says, we care about you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Flybeast. I did not know you were here. You were not here earlier. I checked for you. You weren't in the stream chat, but you're here now. Thank you for the support tonight, Flybeast. I appreciate that. I really do. No, Storm Wars Gamer, don't get me wrong. He says they're so angry they give you more money. No. The trolls really thought they were going to ruin me. They thought they would stir up so much fervor, so much nonsense, so much negativity and toxicity towards me that it was going to end me, one way or the other. They tried it, they tried every last straw, okay? They really did. They went out of their way to try to actually fuck with my personal life to the point where they wanted to end me. They actually wanted all this to end, me to lose absolutely everything. I'm not exaggerating. They wanted me to lose absolutely everything in my life. They think in their twisted, fucked up minds, I deserve nothing, not an iota of happiness. I don't deserve a house. I don't deserve a family, a loving wife, a pet, nothing. I deserve nothing. That's how crazy, obsessed, nuts these fucking people are. And so they tried so hard to fuck up my personal life behind the scenes of the streams, because they've tried for years to screw up the streams and they couldn't do it. It was ineffective. I'm still here. I'm still streaming. I'm still having fun. Oh my God, we can't have that. So they tried so bad to destroy my personal life. They tried super hard, okay? And it failed. And they can't take it anymore. So what happened was, during this time when they were literally trying to ruin my life, and now for 4 months, all the internet drama queens of YouTube were talking about my personal shit that's no one's business. What that did, my supportive viewers said, this is awful. This is absolutely terrible. This is like, why would this happen to Phil? What the hell did he ever do to have his entire life dragged through the mud and to be like destroyed on the internet on a daily basis? And they also appreciated that I was ignoring most of it and not talking about it publicly, and instead having fun, positive streams every day. So they decided to step up and be successful, to help me be successful by supporting the streams, by being positive, by coming up with the idea for this crazy vest streak. It's not my idea. The viewers came up with this. And this vest is now a symbol of all of us who never give up, who basically say no matter what gets thrown against us in life, we're going to persevere through it. We're going to say fuck you to the haters, and we're going to be successful no matter what. That's what this has become. That every day now, it's another win against those shitheads who every day tell us we can't do something, we're not good enough, we're just scum. For what? What do we do that we deserve that? Nothing. But this is what they are. They're just crazy people, and they will always try to tear you down. In life, there's always going to be people trying to tear you down. And this vest has become a ridiculous, I know it's as stupid as it sounds, as crazy as it sounds, but that's what it is. This is a symbol of persevering through all kinds of adversity, through all kinds of challenges. In a way, being able to do this symbol, to have this symbol stand for something is pretty cool and motivating. That like, damn, I've done this for 12 years, and finally there's something that's come up that the people thought of, and now they're supporting it constantly. It's just crazy, It is, it's crazy. But it's super positive, and I love it. So thank you guys for letting it continue. Thank you for the positivity and the support. Timbo Slice tipped me $1, and he says, I hope that we're staying safe, the riots in Seattle. Yeah, we're not in Seattle. I keep telling you guys we don't live in Seattle. I purposely, when I moved to Washington State, I said I don't want to live in a major city. This is one of the major reasons why I never wanted to live in a major city, okay? This is the exact reason why I knew if I maybe live in a suburb. That way you want to go to the city, you can, but you don't have to put up with all the craziness of living in a major city. I don't live there. You don't have to worry about it. Things are fine, okay? At least here, things are okay. Guitar Player gifted a sub to Frog King II. Thank you, Guitar Player, for the support, and I hope you enjoy the sub, Frog King. Why can't we be friends? Cheers. Do you still feel like you're the realest mofo on the internet despite hiding more about your personal life than ever? No, I mean, I'm honest. When you hear from me on a stream, my commentary, my criticism, the things I talk with you guys about on a stream is 100% real me. It's never going to be fake. It's never going to be manufactured film, me playing a character. That's what that means when I always said I was the realest guy on the internet. Can I share all of my personal life with you anymore? No. But that doesn't mean that I'm not real with you. When I'm on the streams, I'm honest and upfront, and I tell you how like it is, how I'm thinking, okay? I don't pull punches. You guys know that. I don't kiss ass. I don't pussyfoot. Certainly today, I'm a lot more wise with how I go about this stuff. And what I mean by that is I used to be like constantly just talking out of my ass with no information. And now I'll literally say, if I have no information on a topic, I don't want to comment about it. Because I know that being someone on the internet with a voice and a following can actually negatively affect things. It can hurt other people if you talk shit about something you don't know about. And I've learned that over time and become wise to it. And I don't do that anymore. So certainly in that regard, that's changed. That doesn't mean I'm not real. That means I'm smarter now. You see what I mean? But, you know, when you watch a stream, you get the real me, not an act. You get my real opinions, my real takes, my live criticism and commentary on what I'm doing. You're never going to get something that's sugar-coated. You don't get a paid advertisement. That's what that's always meant when I said that, okay? Lolito, no. Lolito took me $1 and says, do I think that, just listen to how crazy this is. Does he think that every person who hates me on the internet is someone I've had a negative interaction with in the past? No. In reality, what it is it's either one of two things. People who, like, have just watched a video, or whether it's something that I directly did in a video that irked them the wrong way, right? Or if it's something that, for example, they heard from a mob mentality, people who were just shitting on me to get popular on the internet. Those are the people who still are crazy, infatuated, and hate me, and they have no legit reasoning for it. They're just nuts. They've come to the point where it's become this crazy mob mentality of, we hate Phil, it's a viral thing. They've made communities of friends and social networks on the internet based around hating me. Think how disgusting that is. A social network based around trying to ruin someone's life. Really intelligent, positive, and really mentally sound people do that kind of stuff, don't they? Of course they don't. That's the point I'm making. These are not people who have legit gripes with me. These are people who are nuts. Okay? Guitar Player gives it a sub to Myth Das Boot. Congratulations, Myth Das Boot. Thank you, Guitar Player, again for the support. King Michael tipped me $1. Are you a fan of the Looney Tunes movie with Brendan Fraser? He said, you're doing a good job. Thank you. I don't know about a Looney Tunes movie with Brendan Fraser. I don't think I've ever seen it. When did that come out? If it's Brendan Fraser, you would think like maybe late 90s, early 2000s, around the time of The Mummy and all that. But I don't think I've ever seen a Looney Tunes movie with him in it. No. Crabcock, cheers to taking off, Phil. Thanks for the stream. Have a good night. You too, Crabcock. Thanks for the support, as always. I Kill Phil says, are you doing okay? It's like trolls and detractors are constantly on your mind. They're not. People ask me. Dude, people are asking me and I'm responding. This is a lot different than me constantly talking about it because I just pull it out of thin air. People are asking me direct questions and I'm answering them. It's 2003 movie? Oh, I probably didn't see it then. I probably didn't ever, you know. That's way late. That's way after the time that I was watching, like, Looney Tunes cartoons and stuff. It's called Looney Tunes Back in Action. No, I definitely didn't see that. The Mummy trilogy with Brendan Fraser is seriously underrated. I'm trying to remember them. Like, what I remember is I actually enjoyed the plots and the story, but the problem was they put all this cheesy-ass bad CGI in it, and at the time, maybe it was passable. Now you watch those movies, you're like, oh, like, the whole movie is shitty CGI. I don't want to watch that, right? It kind of turns you off from watching it. Tomorrow the streams are Fire Emblem Three Houses and Morrowind. Someone just asked. No lawless TTV successfully filing for bankruptcy was not a biggest win against the detractors. When you file for bankruptcy, that's not a win. It's not. Filing for bankruptcy is basically it's like the last resort before complete financial meltdown and losing everything that you could possibly have lost in your life. No one should ever seek to file for bankruptcy. It's something that like I struggled for years and years trying to find a way to fix the problem. I tried every possible thing, whether it was, oh my God, I got to take out loans to do this. I got to juggle balances. I got to try to make extra money here to pay for this, to pay for that. I got to hope for the best. And the problem was for me, every time it looked like there was a light at the end of the tunnel, where my financial problems were going to basically be fixed over time, something else would come up. Remember? Things were going good for me, and the next thing you know, oh, you've been doing your taxes wrong for 4 years since you moved to Washington, and now you owe a ridiculous amount of money, not only to the state of Washington, but now you got to pay a ridiculous amount of money to a tax attorney to fix the problem for you. It just compiled over and over. Like every time I thought, yes, I've worked my ass off, and finally I've got a solution. Here is the plan. Here's the solution. Then it will blow up in my face and fall apart because of something else on top. All right. So, no. Bankruptcy is not a victory over detractors. Bankruptcy is not a victory at all. What bankruptcy is a way, it ruins your credit for 7 to 10 years, but it's a way for me to say, all right, now I can actually focus on rebuilding my life and making things better for myself and my family instead of losing everything, which is what would have happened if I didn't declare bankruptcy. I would have lost everything, okay? Because of so many compiling problems over the years. Now I can focus on things like taxes and possibly finally saving some money up over time to either improve the business or to do things for my family, which is what I should have been doing all along instead of, doing all this crazy amount of debt that was accruing interest and I couldn't ever pay it off, But no, bankruptcy is not anything to say that it's a win, it's a positive. It's not. It should never be viewed like that. It's not. Okay? The vest is a gimmick. I mean, I would say it is. It's not one that I came up with nor created. But I roll with it because my viewers love it. I think the vest is a gimmick that has become a symbol of positivity, a symbol of ongoing success. Like that's what this is now. This is a symbol that shows overcoming adversity, standing up for what you believe in, sticking to your guns, never giving up when so many things are going wrong for you, just staying the course and working your ass off, and that it can pay off. I think that's what this is. These vests are symbolizing that on a daily basis. At least for me, that's how I feel. Rushberg, there's a riot in downtown Seattle right now. I don't want to talk about riots tonight. I'm not involved with a riot. I'm nowhere near a riot. I don't even live near Seattle. I don't want people, oh, you live right in Seattle. No, I don't. I live more than an hour it would be to drive into downtown Seattle and be affected by the riots. I live in a suburb. Why can't we be friends? Do you think if you handled your finances better back when you were white hot on YouTube, you wouldn't be here today? I would say that really the mismanagement of my finances started when I moved. And by then, I already wasn't white hot popular on YouTube. When I was white hot popular on YouTube, I used that money to pay off all the existing debt from my past that I had. Student loans and other debts that were just there forever. I paid all those off, and I actually saved money. I had a lot of money saved up as a result of those 2-3 years that I was very popular on YouTube. And then I spent all that money when I moved out here. So really, I would say the mismanagement of money began when I moved out here because I overspent, expecting I was going to be making this much. And then, because of various factors, like let's be honest here, number 1, stagnation of YouTube. Number 2, trolling activities on YouTube that screwed my channel over. And number 3, ad revenue on YouTube going down. So 3 different things kind of happening all at once. My channel went from up here to down here to down here to down here. And then it was like, now when you're making half as much as you did, how can you afford what you just, racked up during a move? And the answer is I couldn't. I literally for years did everything I probably could, steal from this guy to pay to this guy, take a loan here to pay for this, and now I got to pay the loan. And it just went in an endless circle forever. And then finally, it all hit the fan finally, and I had to do something else. Only iced coffee, cheers. For the next DSP tries, can do something from the Chick-fil-A in Tacoma. There's a Chick-fil-A way closer to me than Tacoma, dude. There's a Chick-fil-A that's like 2 towns over. I'd say maybe a 20-minute drive. Of course, that would be a pain in the ass. You drive there, get it, drive back. You're talking like an hour, you know? So, you know, maybe I could DoorDash it or something, right? I don't know what I would do because I already did, well, I've eaten the spicy chicken sandwich. That's the one I get from Chick-fil-A, the spicy chicken sandwich. Deluxe, the one that has the lettuce and tomato and everything on it. That's the one I like. But I don't know what else I would do. Like, that's my favorite sandwich there. I wouldn't want, like, a plain chicken sandwich. And they don't do new stuff, right? They basically just do the same stuff all the time and do it really well. So I don't know what I would, like, do as a DSP tries it from Chick-fil-A. Lolicon, I have no idea about PW Dubs and Snow Carl. I don't know what their intentions are. Because it frustrates me when there's people who seem like they were positive influences and then they just can't control themselves and just bring up negative detractor shit constantly, which is what they were doing. In particular, PW Dubs, I sat down with and had a one-to-one conversation in the stream chat about what he was doing was over the top. He needed to calm down and stop. And he told me he would, and then here it is 2-3 weeks later, and he just fucking won't stop. He can't control himself. I don't know. You got to ask those people, not me. I'm the streamer who puts out content. I'm not the person who's trolling the stream. You have to ask the troll why they're doing what they're doing, okay? Guitar Player cheered 245 bits and says, it's really messed up that the trolls are trying to make you lose your house or try to ruin your bankruptcy. Yeah, and they did. Trust me. You know, and I'm not going to go into detail about it because I'm not supposed to, and you guys don't need to know, but it was fucked up. The stuff that they were doing was grade A, dastardly, fucked up, underhanded shit. The stuff they made up, the people they contacted about stuff was like really fucked up. I mean, I'm telling you guys, you have no idea how much work I had to do behind the scenes. Remember I said how stressed out I was? How much I had to do behind the scenes to disprove every insane accusation that was made against me. Ridiculous things about where I'm hiding money, all kinds of crazy ass fucking shit. That's just completely unprecedented, no evidence of any of it, but I had to show every step of the way, everything. Like, I had to basically go over everything in my life with a fine-tooth comb to prove that I qualified for bankruptcy because people were lying about me so much. It was just legitimately disgusting, the stuff that they were doing, you know? Okay, well, I get to ban someone now for being absolutely disgusting. Hold on a second, everybody. It's actually the only person today I had to do this to. Today was relatively a very positive day, and now at the very tail end, now we have to have a disgusting asshole. But I guess that's life, right? Darkside Johnson says, do you see yourself as a hero or a positive impact on the world? Because I do. I think you really make a lot of people happy, more than you might think. The thing is, Darkside Johnson, and this is being honest here, okay? The way I see it is I'm a normal guy. I still, to this day, I don't care about if I have a following or my legacy on the internet. None. I'm a normal guy who likes games, likes sharing my passion for games, and people tell me I'm entertaining to watch. I don't know if that means I'm charismatic or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit. People like watching me do what I like having fun doing. You want to watch me play fighting games, you find that entertaining. You want to watch me play a different kind of game. Like, people like that, and they like to hear my honest reactions. They like to hear me just shoot the shit, talk with you guys, have jokes. They like my personality for whatever reason. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm glad that people get entertainment value and some other kind of maybe positive value out of watching my stuff. But over the years, it's become more than that because there's so many people who've been telling me you can't do it, you're going to fail, you're not going to succeed, you're fucking up on every level, you do this wrong, you do that wrong, we hate you, we hate you, we hate you. That it's become almost like an inspirational movement to people on the internet to see the shit that I've gone through and the fact that I don't give up and I'm still going through it, I'm still here, right? Like, to persevere through all the shit that I've been through. People tell me now that, like, it's a big thing, a big positive thing to see me still be here after 12 years, to see me still having an audience, still succeeding, still loving what I do, and having passion for it. While a lot of the other people over the years either went away or had to completely change up what they did, and they don't really like what they do anymore. They just do it for money. You know what I mean? That I've kind of stayed true to myself. And I'll be honest, it's the silent majority, right? There is a large group of people who like what I do, and they're silent because they know that if they speak up, sadly, these disgusting, toxic element of people that follow me around will attack them. And they don't want to be attacked. And I'll be honest with you guys, no one deserves to be attacked for just being like a follower of my stuff, right? They don't. But there's a large group of people who told me over the years, behind the scenes, that we find positivity and motivation. And when you succeed, you're showing us that if we don't give up, that we can also succeed. I never intended for that, guys. Never. I never in a million years thought that would happen. I was just a guy doing his thing and having fun on the internet with video games. I hope you understand that. Like, it's just me kind of being myself. That's what this is always about. Having passion for gaming and sharing that with all of you. I didn't know that my story was going to turn into an inspirational story of people getting motivation out of what I do. I had no clue. But take a look at me now, right? Having a good life with a really great family, a beautiful wife who I love so much, a cat, doing what I love for a living, I guess it could be kind of motivational. The thing is, you see all the shit I go through on a daily basis, all the negativity and shit that happens in my life. You gotta realize there's a big trade-off with that. But if anything, if ever my real true story of the last 12 years has inspired a single person, that at least makes me feel like there's some purpose behind it besides just some asshole on the internet playing video games. You know what I mean? So thank you for that. Thank you for that nice positive message. Only Iced Coffee Cheers says you're a bastion of positivity, especially how much people online have tried to drag your name through the mud. Thank you for that. And the thing is, I'm human, and I certainly realize that I'm flawed, and I mess up all the time, and I do stupid shit. I know that. I've never said I'm infallible. I know now as I get older and I'm wiser that I constantly make mistakes that I need to improve upon, right? But at the same time, yeah, the shit that I've gone through is pretty insanity, pretty insane for someone who just plays video games on the internet. Flybeast to be $25. Well, thank you. He said, I wish Teespring had a DSP vest. We need the vest. Well, Teespring does not do vests, Flybeast. But there will be vest-related t-shirts added probably on Monday. We'll see if I have time to do it on Monday. I'm not going to have time to do it tonight and tomorrow. Probably Monday, okay? Respergoo to be $5. I like your attitude. Stay cool. Thank you, Respergoo. Thank you guys for your contributions tonight. Excuse me. Whew. Why can't we be friends? Sherry said, do you think if you enjoyed all... What? Just listen to this. Do you think if you enjoyed all trolls from day one, you would still have some? I don't even know what that means. Oh, he said the wrong word. If you think you ignored all trolls from day one, you would still have some. Yes. Yes. Because the truth of the matter is, at first, I reacted poorly to trolling. When there was originally this big flip of attitude on YouTube against me, because remember, I was like the big guy, the underdog, the ultimate guy with no backing. He doesn't work for anyone. He's the independent guy. We love to hear his commentary and his criticism, and the way he says stuff and the way he does stuff is so unique and different. Then all of a sudden, within 3 years, Phil's the worst guy on YouTube. We hate how he does everything. He does is archaic. He's just a grumpy old man yelling on YouTube, and funny how public opinion flips on you within 3 years when you're not doing anything different, right? But then at that point, I reacted very negatively at first to things like, this is how you don't play in the line. After a time, I just ignored it. I said, I'm just going to keep doing what I do and ignore it. And sadly, the ignoring it didn't help either, because then all the insane, over-the-top controversial stuff people made up about me, people took it as, well, silence, the way they say is silence is consent. This is how it used to be. If you ever read a Shakespeare, I forget what Shakespearean play it is. Silence means consent. There's in a courtroom, and the guy refuses to answer, and they're like, well, silence means consent. Kind of like saying, if you won't speak up to defend yourself against something, then obviously it's true. In reality, that's not the case. In America, at least, in the United States, you're innocent until proven guilty. And 9 times out of 10, the things that people say about me are completely wrong, or based on some kind of tiny little itty bitty tiny fucking thing that's then spun into an insane conspiracy theory that's not true, but people believe it because they want to believe the drama because they're nuts. Okay? And in that case, I ignored a lot of the shit people were saying about me for years and years and years. And all that happened is people became this viral, insane social community of people who hate me because they hate me. Like, it's literally hate for hate's sake. It's we hate Phil because we hate Phil. Here's a million memes and controversies that we've created over the years around him, none of which can actually be factually proven, right? But this is what we believe because we're nuts. And this is this group of people now. Oh my God, here we go again. Someone keeps tipping and asking how Snow Carl and P-Dub can get unbanned. They can't right now. The best thing they can do is sit back, think about what they've done, think about how they can behave and not be fucked up individuals, and maybe come back to me in a little bit, like a couple of months, and say, okay, we've sat outside your streams, you behaved, we want to come back and maybe get another shot, and maybe I'll feel like giving it to them, or maybe I won't, and it's at my discretion, because I'm the one that they fucking broke the rules against and pissed me off on my streams over and over and over, derailed the streams constantly. If you haven't noticed, now that they're gone, we don't have to talk about them constantly and deal with their shit, which is good. I can just focus on my positivity in my streams now, which is the whole point. So maybe they'll come back eventually, maybe they never will, but keep bothering me about it, and it reduces their chances of coming back every single time you bring it up. So don't keep it up if you want to see them come back. Guitar Player 1939 just gifted a sub to OTF 300. Congratulations, and thank you, Guitar Player, again for all the support tonight. All right, guys, anything else? We're almost approaching about an hour. 50 minutes I've been talking to you guys. So a few more minutes here to talk, and then we're going to wrap it up. But anything else you guys want to talk about? Spartan King, you say, hey, better late than never. What's up, Spartan King? Good to see you tonight. Welcome to the stream. You're right, better late than never. We're on the tail end of this Q&A kind of interactive session since I finished Modern Warfare 2 early. In-Star Room says, why do you think people like Snowcrawl and P-Dubs fly too close to the sun? We already addressed this. I'm not going to talk about this again. We're done with this subject. It's old news. In fact, I'll tell you right now, anyone bringing up Snowcrawl or PW Dubs, I don't care. I'm just going to say thanks for the contribution, not talking about that, move on. So you're wasting your time. No, we're not doing a cowboy hat streak at 150. Nothing happened, Dooley Dread, at all. Nothing happened. We finished Modern Warfare early, so we're just hanging out for a little bit because I didn't want to end the stream super early. Ninstar Rune says, what about Spartan King's suggestion from the other day? Is it being implemented? This is the vest points system that he talked about the other day. I have all the information. I haven't read it yet. I'm too busy. I told you guys. What I'm going to do is hopefully this coming week have some extra time to sit down and actually look at some stuff. On Monday, I want to create this new line of merch on Teespring. And sometime this week, I'm actually going to sit down and read his full-fledged idea from start to finish and try to figure out exactly, how this would be implemented. Okay? So there you go. Why can't we be friends? Says, back in the first days of your streaming, I remember you streaming outside of the schedule like Dead Space 1 hard difficulty randomly. Would you ever consider doing something like that again? No. No. Do you remember what that was? You're talking about like if I would stream late nights. Dude, I have a family now. You're talking about something I used to do. No lie. Something I used to do when I first started streaming 7 years ago. And I was living alone in Connecticut. I have a family now. I have a life. I have things that are important to me outside of sitting and working all day. Okay? I hope you understand that. Like, I don't know why you would ask me such a ridiculous question. Would you give up all your personal time with your family to do some late night streams of Dead Space 1? Yeah, great suggestion. I don't need to spend time with my wife. Fuck that. My cat, who cares about him? I just want to sit here all day, every day, and make the entirety of my life gameplay streaming. That sounds like a good idea. Hoy, yoy, yoy. Big Papa Phil, I did know that Twitch recommends dark mode for optimal viewing enjoyment. No, here's the difference, guys. When I started on YouTube in 2008, when I started taking it more seriously in 2009, and then when I started doing it for a living in 2011, I was a bachelor. I lived by myself. I had really nothing going on outside of just doing videos and hanging out with John Rambo every once in a while to play Street Fighter or something like that. That was it. That was the entirety of my life. All right? That was it. Now my life is very different. I'm older. I have a life. I have responsibilities here to maintain a household, to spend time with a family who I love and adore, want to spend as much time with as possible because I don't get enough time with them. You understand? I'm a different guy now. This is not 2010 anymore. This is 2020. I'm a way older, way wiser, and a different life. And you have to understand that my life is not going to always be the same. I know people still look back at the early days of when I was doing YouTube and everything was all rainbows and sunrises and everything was happy and nice and super positive and I had unlimited free time to do whatever I wanted. I could play a mainstream game during the day and I got some free time at night. I'll have a drink and I'll just randomly stream Dead Space 3 hard difficulty run or whatever. It's not like that anymore. Okay? Just like I said, I don't have time to grind games offline. I don't. I have no time to be sitting there and grinding games offline. I don't have time to do any of this stuff that I was doing when basically I didn't have a life. All right? Now I have one, and that is more important to me than just playing games 24/7. Not to say that our streams aren't meaningful, and not to say that I don't love what I do for a living, but there's got to be a separation of life and work. There has to be. That's why it's the same thing people say, why aren't you always watching other YouTubers play games or other streamers do stuff, and why aren't you constantly gaming when you're offline? Because that's what I do all day. I've been streaming since 10:15 this morning all the way to 4 p.m. Then I took a break. Then I turned on the stream at 6:45, and here we are, it's 9:22. So out of today already, I've been on 8, 9, 10 hours out of my day with work. I don't then want everything else to be the same in my life. I can't have my life be all one thing. That's how you get burnt out. That's how you lose inspiration. That's how it becomes more of a chore than something that you love and enjoy. Just being honest, okay? I have a really good personal life behind the scenes right now. I want to enjoy that and have that balance so then I can come back fresh to my streams. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Ninstar Rune, no one is it's such a dumb question. No one is allowed to come by my place unannounced, period. Number one, that's insanely rude. It's a risk right now because there's a worldwide fucking pandemic and no stranger should be interacting with strangers without permission. Number two, I live in a private community. It's illegal to step foot on my street because it's a private road without permission. So if anyone were to come here unannounced, they're breaking the law, they're risking my health, and they're going to go to jail. So stop asking stupid fucking questions. Boy, you're stupid. No, I do not have one of the hardest jobs in the world. The hardest part about my job is putting up with the shithead trolls. That's it. That's the hard part of my job. If there were no insane amounts of shithead trolls trying to ruin my life, this would be like the most stress-free shit ever. And in reality, when I started on YouTube, it was like stress-free. I could do no wrong. No matter what I put out on YouTube, everyone loved. All right? And I didn't have any stress. It was just like, awesome. This is amazing. You know? And now, sadly, I have to deal with these fucking trolls every day. Right? That's really that's the one thing that makes this a negative. But outside of that, this job is easy. That's why I tell you guys every day how grateful I am, how lucky I am to do it, and thank you for letting me keep doing it. Okay? Okay. Anything else? Any final questions for the night to wrap this up? Nope, I cannot get Twitch bounties. I was permanently removed from that program, and I cannot do Twitch bounties whatsoever. I doubt they're ever going to let me back. Yes, I do have a mask for when I go out and shop. I've already explained this many times. I wear a mask when I go outside of the house. Yes. Baldy says, I haven't had a chance to watch many streams, but I catch up on YouTube, and that's why I still upload to YouTube, and I'm happy to hear that. Thank you, Baldy. Just Some Dude Gaming, resubscribed for 18 months, says, you're simply the best. Haha. Simply the best. There you go. What's the first thing I'm doing when lockdown is done? I mean, Kat and I really enjoyed our one day out a week. Even if it was as simple as just going to, like, go to the mall and walk around and do window shopping, or maybe you have, like, 1 or 2 important things we need to shop for that week. That was fun to have that freedom to do that, because that was the one day we had out together. As trivial and as menial as that sounds, that was actually really meaningful to us. As me, someone cooped up at home all week long, and her, someone who really works a lot, you know, at a store, and just basically having that time together was meaningful. And now we don't have it, you know. So just being able to go out and just do normal stuff. You know, the one thing that we definitely want to do eventually is like maybe go to the zoo, or something like that. But we have to see what happens. I mean, who even knows if the fucking zoo here is ever going to reopen at this rate? All right, anything else? Any last minute questions? Now we got a spammer, so he's out of here. Well, I have no idea if I live near a hiking trail or not. There's tons of hiking trails out here, so I would guesstimate, yes, I'm probably near a hiking trail, but I have not sought one out. All right. I guess we're going to call it quits. Pretty much no one has anything too major to ask me anymore. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight for the extra hour because there was really nothing else to do after I finished Modern Warfare 2. And thank you all for your support. Obviously, the continuing support is really amazing. I really appreciate that. Okay? Thank you.